You guys having a good day, good week, good month? It's already going fast. It's like 192 here in Arizona, so it's nice. But it is a freaking dry heat, let me tell you. Let me tell you, it is a dry heat. So, I'm excited about tonight. Tonight, I'm going to do a lot of screen sharing. First of all, for those of you that are in the accountability group, congratulations on holding yourself to a high standard. It's great to see all the activity in there and all the support and everybody cheering each other on. And obviously, it's that one a day kind of concept, the power of one. We've got 10 little things that we're doing and they take, I don't know, put in the chat if you're in that power of one, the power of one group, and let me know how long it's actually taking you guys on average to accomplish that, because I want to give you guys some love on that. I'm curious. I'm curious. For me, it's under an hour. It's about an hour. 140 and that's crazy. An hour, 90 minutes. That's about right. I mean, you're building a business, so that's good. So that's awesome. Well, congratulations. Proud of you guys. Tonight I was gonna do a, exclusive, just a training for you guys, but I felt the need to open it up to everybody because this topic is such an important topic. And the biggest thing I will side note, looking at the comments like from Tracy and stuff, 2 hours, that's cool. I love it. And here's the deal. It's going to change depending on how much you talk, right? Because if you're reconnecting with members and or affiliates or reaching out to one person you haven't talked to in a while and catching up, I mean, you could catch up for 45 minutes, right? You just don't know. So that to me that doesn't count in that 60 minutes just because obviously that could be, I mean, I could talk to somebody for 2.5 hours at the gym for God's sakes if I haven't caught up in a while. And I know you're a talker, so that's good. That's good. But so tonight I'm going to cover a couple things that are very exciting. Just so you guys know, too, I'll address something real quick. This back office thing has been a pain in our side, and just know if it's a pain for you, multiply it by 10 for us because we are working hard. Dave is working hard. He's in Thailand, so he's about 13 hours ahead of me right now. So we're coordinating late at night for me. He's talking with Jake early in the morning because he's on the East Coast, and I'm on the calls with dev teams and doing stuff and pushing people. And I think I'm starting to irritate people because I jumped in now because I'm irritated. So just know that we are doing everything we can. The I was told by Saturday the one, I think I wrote it down, but the login, the one sign in login will log you into everything. That should work by Saturday. That's what I was told today. So fingers crossed. But we've got about 12 things they're working on. It's all coding, and definitely bit off a big bite, and they're getting it all done. So appreciate your patience. I know it can be frustrating, but we use this as a learning curve. And again, we're less than 2 years old, so this is part of the growing pains of implementing a new system. The old system, I will tell you this real quickly, and then I'll dive in, would not be able to handle what I'm about to show you guys today with our employee benefit program, with our nonprofit program, with our B2B program, our partnership program. None of that could have gotten done if we were on the old antiquated system. And so it's a double-edged sword. It's not fun. Obviously, when there's growing pains, it sucks, but that's part of life. And there will be some casualties, obviously, along the way because they can't see the forest through the trees. But at the end of the day, we're going to continue to build and put a lot of volume in, and the ship will continue to sail. So with all that being said, last week, if you were on, I believe I covered the B2B stuff, got really excited at the end. If you haven't watched that video, you're going to want to go into the community, and you're going to want to go into the community, and you're going to want to go click recording Zooms and then pop-up trainings and watch last week's pop-up training. It was July 2nd. I really sold the vision on the B2B. And then I know a lot of you had questions throughout the week. What do I say to people? What's my elevator pitch? How do I pique their interest? What's the process? Anybody want to know that kind of stuff? Now, understand something. There's no script in being human. You got to be authentic, be your authentic, loving self. All right. That's first and foremost. And I don't have the same conversation with everybody. I form people, obviously, as you know, which stands for what? Put in the chat if you know what form stands for. FORM. and it's not a form like you fill out a form. Form stands for family, occupation, recreation, money, motivation, mindset, things like that. And so when I'm building a connection with somebody at my networking events or on the phone, I'm always forming and digging and digging and digging and digging. But here's the deal, and I can't teach this. It's you just have to learn how to adapt it. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? It's not something that can be taught, but it can be caught if you do it the right way. And so I ask questions subconsciously to go down a lane I'm doing discovery when I form people. Does that make sense to you guys? And I can't teach it unless you're like just following me around for about a month. Well, if with every conversation, whether I go to the gas station and start a conversation, or I'm at a happy hour, or I'm having breakfast with somebody, or overhear a conversation like I did at a networking event yesterday, I piqued my interest. So like I'm always looking, I'm always alert, paying attention on how I can get an angle into the conversation to do discovery and go down this lane. I can't teach it. I've just been doing it 28 years and I've been doing it a lot, and I sucked at the beginning, but over time I got better and better and better. Does that make sense? So this is just, you're going to have to slop it up a little bit. You're going to have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, but you just be authentically yourself and start forming more people and asking what I would call buying questions or navigating questions. That's my own terminology. And I'm just doing like a discovery call. And I'm going in at every different angle to do a discovery call to find out that angle I can get in to get something out of that in that relationship. Not in a negative way, but in a positive way. Does that make sense to everybody? I mean, if you guys want to fly out to my networking event at the end of the month and just see it happen in real time, you'll see what I'm doing, and everybody will be feeding out of our hand. That's just the way it works. It's plus it's our 1 year anniversary for Connections and Cocktails, and there's gonna be about 250 people there, and everybody's gonna be dressed in all white. They're all gonna look dapper and handsome and beautiful. So, anyways, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's gonna be at a bougie, fun place. So, but if you want to come, if you're in Arizona, show up in all whites. If you don't, you look out of place because everybody else will be in all whites. And if you don't have anything in all whites, definitely go buy something because you'll want it. So the first thing I want to cover today is this. How many of you guys would like to kind of hear, and I'll post it in the chat, so don't worry, but how many of you would like to kind of hear the elevator pitch? Like if I'm at a networking event, how many of you would like to start attending networking events and social events and building relationships and getting out in the field and doing the thing? Anybody like to do that kind of stuff? Or if somebody stops you in a gas station, or you're in a Starbucks doing some work, somebody asks what you're doing, like what is your elevator pitch? It should not be in your elevator pitch. You guys understand that, right? You have to be on it. You got to be sharp as a tack. You got to be confident. You can't, you got to know what you're doing. But my elevator pitch is this. If Tina says, DJ, tell me about you. What do you do? I say, you know what? I help organizations and nonprofits boost revenue using smart, innovative travel solutions. Our travel tech that saves people up to 70% on vacations. We've got an employee benefit program that helps companies keep top talent and create a culture people actually want to be a part of. We also offer a loyalty and retention program that helps customers locked in and loving the experience. And for individuals, this is the mumble. And for individuals, there's a simple way to earn extra income while seeing the world. Bottom line, we make travel smarter, more affordable, and a whole lot more fun. How many of you guys like that? How many of you guys could regurgitate that for $1,000 right now? I'll give it to you. Word for word. All right, let me put it in the chat for you guys. Now, what I would suggest you do is turn it into your own words. All right. I paraphrase this because you're right, it's a little long, but I wanted to put everything in there in writing for you guys so you can paraphrase this like in an easy way. Like my elevator pitch is 30 seconds or less. All right. And this, by the way, if I've read this, it's less than 30 seconds. It's probably 28 or 29. But I literally, if someone said, what do you do for a living? I'd say I help organizations and nonprofits boost revenue using smart travel solutions. We have a technology that saves people up to 70% on vacations. We've also have an employee benefit program that helps keep talent, and it's a great retention tool. And we also are expanding our company aggressively, looking for people that want to make money, have fun, and go on awesome vacations. How many of you guys think that's pretty natural there, the way I just said it? How many of you be like, wow, that's pretty cool. There's DJ's got a lot going on. So I paraphrased that sentence in about half the time. Did you guys just notice that? And so take it for what it's worth, cut it, slice it, dice it, put in ChatGPT, rewrite in your tone. But the first thing you want to master is your elevator pitch. So when you walk into a room, or you never know who's going to be in that room. If they're C-level executives, if they're like I have literally I have four opportunities. They're all sold already. I got a follow-up on the 16th with the fourth one of employee benefits from two separate people that I've met at my networking events over the last 90 days. They work in the employee benefits sector. Okay. So understand something. And then at the end, I'm like, do you know anybody in those arenas that you could connect me with? I always ask the question at the end, do you know anybody that could benefit from the things I just mentioned? All right. So how many of you copy and pasted that and save that somewhere so that way you have it? If you did, put a one in the chat. And then I'm going to break down the different programs. So here's the deal. I am going to start with, let me go grab the first thing I want to cover with you guys today. Today. All right, all right, all right. Give me 1 second here. So, I've got a guy helping me right now with changing up one little thing for me on the nonprofit, but I'll go over it with you. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to share my screen with you guys today. You all got do you know anybody that could benefit from things I could mention? Do you know anybody? Okay, cool. All right. So let's dive in. Let me know when you can share my screen or share my screen. Let me know when you can share my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen. You guys see my screen? Awesome. Thank you. So this is what I call our partner program. This is for people, you guys have heard me talk about co-ops, associations, chambers, group leaders, influencers, people that have big communities, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Also, this is good for companies that have a lot of employees. All right. So we call it the partner program. B2B program. It says partner with us, the ultimate loyalty and retention solutions for your audience or your customers. By the way, I'm going to put these into the community. Okay. So I will be putting these into the community. I'll let you know when they're in there, but this is a great thing for you to use to create a script for yourself. Like now we're all entrepreneurs here, we're all adults. So literally, I have my own little spiel that I do. But ultimately, what you want to do is come up with your spiel when you reach out to people. But if you copy and paste this type of document, put it in the chat GPT and say, hey, can you create a script for me to reach out to these types of, co-ops, associations, chambers, groups, or influencers with big community, or people have large customer bases like Aflax, etc. Right? So you can create a script around this with the bullet points that I gave you. Okay. And it's pretty simple to do. If you want me to play around with it in front of you guys at the end, I can, just to give you guys some ideas. But the question, this is literally something that you could even put in an email campaign or a text campaign, or even possibly use this as a script and say, hey, do you know anybody that runs any type of a co-op or association or chamber, group leader, or an influencer with big community? Do you know anybody that potentially owns a big company with a huge customer base? Because that's what we do. You guys can see this? So the program says this zero cost partnership gives you the ability to offer your people something they'll actually use and love while building a steady stream of monthly revenue. So here's what makes it powerful. You guys can see customer and members save up to 70%. I got to take off cruises. That's not accurate. I don't know why that's on there. You earn residual monthly income from every active user. It's a plug and play loyalty benefit, no selling, no inventory. Builds customer loyalty and keeps people from coming back, and adds real lifetime value to your brand, membership, and or product. Okay. And so you can see whether you serve customers, clients, members, or fans with the smartest way to increase engagement, long-term retention without extra cost. Ready to explore. Now, if you scan this QR code, this is me actually doing a demo addressing all of the people that were on page one. People that run co-ops, have big associations, chambers, influencers. and I do a 6.5 minute demo of the Passport Lite, talking to them about the benefits and features. You guys with me on that? So you don't even have to explain it. So your role is to pique their interest, ask if they're open, send them this document, have them watch the demo, and have them book on my calendar. And then when they book on my calendar, it'll say, who referred you or why are we meeting? They're going to say, I got referred to you. I'm going to invite you to join. I'm going to get on a Google Meets and we're going to close shop. Make sense to everybody? So you're going to have Jake and myself heavily involved in the demo and closing, because the number one rule is there's no number one rule. And with that, what I mean by that is I can negotiate on price on the Johnny on the spot, because I know our margins, I know I know our activity rate, I know our cost rate, all that kind of stuff. And then if they do decide to partner with us, I have a checklist of everything I need to create the partnership agreement, their front end website. So it's their land. So just so you guys know, for every partnership, for every employee benefit program, and for every nonprofit, we spend time, energy, and money to create a landing page with their look, feel, brand, logos, their messaging, everything. We just put it together. They sell their website, and then when they go to check out, they're API'd. There's a connection from their website to our payment processing. We collect the payment. Once it goes through, it'll automatically bring them to their travel portal, which is Passport Lite. They can use it, and at the end of every month, we reconcile. And with these partner deals, we give them 50% of the revenue. We keep 50%. If you're the rep, you get the normal 25%, the 10%, the revenue pools, all that kind of stuff. And here's what's interesting, just so you all know, which I'm very excited about. The benefit of us doing it this way is, let's say Vanjie signs up a nonprofit and they bring in 500 users in a month. Vanjie has 500 personal sales that month. Do you think Vanjie will be in the top five builder bonus? Yeah. Now, if Vanjie and Tina and Cynthia and Stacy all get, 100, 300, 500, 7, they're all going to be in the top five builder bonus. So this is going to amplify that in a big way. And so every month, those are personal sales. So you're getting the 10% residual. All those individuals, the volume's going to help you get into the revenue pools. It's going to be a big deal. You guys are going to rank up. If you qualify for the rank up bonuses, you're going to have those. So business as usual by doing it this way. Do you see how cleaner this is? Now, one thing I do want to point out though also is, don't stop talking to the one-offs, because you want to still go after and recruit your contacts, your networks, the one-to-ones. You still need those base hits, because home runs don't come at every swing of the bat, right? And so you got to have the base hits to keep your excitement up and your motivation up, because these take a little bit longer to close, but once they close, they're going to go. For example, I have one guy that we're already building out his website. We're starting the other guys on Monday, and we're launching both of them in July. I have one guy that has 3 million users in his co-op, but he's just going to sign up the first 1,000. He wants to work out the kinks for 60, 90 days. We'll make sure people are enjoying the benefits and all the stuff. Then he's going to open up the faucet after 90 days. But we're going to get around 1,000 users, which is pretty cool. Wouldn't you agree? And then in addition to that, I have another guy that has 3 different email lists of over 1 million people that opt in every single month. He's not going to drip it out. He's going to, fire hose it out and start going ham on it by August 1st or before, which is very exciting. Okay. So those are all set up. We have, Jake has employee benefit companies starting in August. I have some starting in August and October, one in January, because there's this thing called open enrollment I'm learning about. All companies have different starting points, I guess, throughout the year for open enrollment. So we're just waiting on those. Does that make sense to everybody? And so, Jake's also got a very good friend that sold a business to Paychex. And that friend is going to sign up as an affiliate and introduce us to Paychex, one of the second largest company behind the first company. I can't think of the name right now, but APS, I think, or AP something. And so, anyways, we're going after it with some big companies in a big way. By doing this, these active users are counted as customers. Yeah, so the good thing is these are all customers. They're not in the revenue pools collecting a check, but they are building your check. Thank you, ADP. Um, How cool is that, by the way? All of these members are not going to be pitched to upgrade to be an affiliate. They are going to be a customer. We are going to have way more customers than active affiliates with this company, which if you're an affiliate and you're building, you want to be in the revenue pools, that's kind of what you want, right? So that's the good news on that. So does anybody have any questions on that, what I just went over? Anybody want to raise their hand and ask a question regarding anything I've covered so far? So far. I'm going to go to the employee benefit real quick. I briefly talked about this or showed this the other day. Now, again, the number one rule is there's no number one rule. So the way this works for the employee benefits, we tentatively have it set as if an employee, a company has 50 or less employees, we're going to offer them a discount of $23 a month per employee. If they have less than 1,000 between 51, it's 20. You guys see the sliding scale, correct? So that's going to be about where it's at. And then, we're doing a 50-50 rev share with that brokerage, that employee benefit brokerage. Now, if they are not allowed to take money, all that money will come into Lavardi. If they are allowed, then 50% of that per user will come into Lavardi. But again, you're going to get paid 25% direct commission the first month, and then 10% reoccurring, and you're going to be in the pools, and you're going to be very good. And then this is just talks about the benefits for the HR and the CFOs. This talks about the benefits for the employees. And this here is the commission structure for that we talk about, where we do a rev share. You guys know what I'm talking about on that. And then this right here is what we need to get them started. And then this page is what they will give to the employee to decide if they want to add this as one of their employee benefits. Again, this QR code has a video, and I'm tailor making it to employee benefits, and it goes over all the benefits. Does that make sense to everybody? So once I get this fine tuned, again, I will put this also into the community as well. Last but not least, all right. So this right here, by the way, is in the community already. If you go under Lavardi Nonprofit Program and open this up, this will be updated tomorrow. This is not an updated document. It will be tomorrow. Okay. Or maybe tonight. I'm just waiting for the guys to get it to me. However, this is the document. So what's going to change is, by the way, this QR code has a demo on here for nonprofits. So we got 3 demo videos I did, one for nonprofits, one for the partner program for like employee benefits, and then one for like the rev share kind of stuff that I told you, the partnership programs. Okay. This will change a little bit. However, this is actually an ebook. This is a guide on how to use our Passport Lite to grow your business. There's an introduction. I would encourage you, if you haven't gone through this yet, read this, all the scripts, how to build and engage your audience, harness the power of influence, case studies, step-by-step fundraising plan. Like, we give them a step-by-step system how to maximize our tool. Does that make sense? Now, a couple things I want to point out to you that will be in here, and it'll be more than likely on this blue page here. All right. And I'm going to take out Lavardi and just put Passport Lite nonprofit travel fundraising program, because everything is about Passport Lite. It has nothing to do with Lavardi as far as marketing, because some people are pro affiliate marketing, some people aren't. If we don't talk about the main company, how we all compensate, just talk about Passport Lite. So when you hear the videos, me talking, and I say, hey, my name's DJ Barton, one of your 3 owners of the Passport Lite booking engine. Does that make sense? I don't say Lavardi in that, because I'm separating the product from the company, because I'm making it more about the product and attaching it to their company. You guys getting some value? I'm telling you guys, this is the stuff that keeps me up at night. I even walk around with this little rock. I'm like always rubbing it. Somebody gave it to me because they think I was high strung, and so I got it. But anyways, let me show you. It is going to be huge, 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 huge. Again, you want to blend this in with your one-on-ones, two-on-ones, home meetings, all the stuff. Now, a couple things I'm going to point out real quick is that this is going to be part of the document, so I'm just going to show it to you. Can you guys see my note at least? Okay, cool. So I've got two different things on here. I'm deciding. Actually, let's do a poll. Should we take a poll, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, this is the option one. This is kind of like I could literally send that first. It's almost like a script, right? Or in a sense of what you could do here. I don't know why this isn't bolded, but my OCD. Give me one sec. All right. So this says, what if your nonprofit could tap into a brand new revenue stream with zero startup cost and no extra overhead? That's what Passport Light delivers. It's a travel savings membership that helps your supporters save up to 70% on hotels and resorts. It's 100% tax deductible, and your organization earns reoccurring revenue on every sale. No inventory, no hassle, just pure win-win. This is a fundraising like amazing opportunity, right? Ready to see how this can help instant. So this is less is more. You sell the sizzle, not the steak kind of approach. You guys with me on that? It's very vanilla. It's intended to be vanilla. It's designed to create heighten curiosity but lower resistance. You with me? Now the second one here, so kind of clear your mind. This is another option I kind of came up with, which is what I was, kind of playing with here. But it says, discover the most innovative way to fundraise and travel. Okay. What if you could help your nonprofit or organization generate ongoing revenue with zero startup costs while offering your supporters something they'll actually love? That'd be great, wouldn't it? So, introducing the Passport Lite, a revolutionary travel membership that saves you up to 70%. I got to get rid of cruises. I don't know why it does that. All right. Creates reoccurring monthly donations for your cause, gives donors 100% tax deduction on benefit, requires no selling, no inventory, no risk, comes with a simple demo and turnkey system. Whether you're a nonprofit, school, church, or community group, Passport Light empowers you to raise more money without asking for more. Plus, your supporters get real value they'll use again and again. Schedule a quick demo call, blah, blah, blah. So, how many of you guys like A versus B or B versus A? We put in the chat A or B, 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 B. I knew you guys would like B more. Why did I know that? Why did I know that? All right, depends. That's a good answer. I like that. Depends on the situation. Not all situations are created equal. I like that. I like it. Awesome. A, very nice. Good. So less is the whole concept of the first one is sell the sizzle, not the steak. Think about when you're in a Mexican restaurant, the fajitas are going by, you smell it, you see the steam, you hear the sizzle. That's what sells the next fajita in the restaurant. Would you guys agree with that? It's not talking about the bell peppers and the mushrooms and the onions and the steak or the chicken or the shrimp or any of that stuff, right? And so today's training truly was designed for you to just see all these different angles that you can get into conversations with, pique people's interest, ask if they're open, and ultimately you could reach out to people and say, "Hey, you know what, Tracy? I'm working on a huge project, and I'm actually want to know if you know any like organizations, nonprofits, employee, anybody that's in the employee benefit space, C-level execs, HR companies, or anybody that owns large corporations with a huge customer base. I'm working on a big project." To help them increase their revenue, increase their retention with no cost, no out-of-pocket expense to them. Also, if you know anybody that is looking to make some extra money, go on amazing vacations, and be a part of a great community, does anybody come to mind on that as well? Like I'm literally just networking, asking who they know, 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 who they know. Okay. That's it. That's all I'm doing. And I am digging. I am flipping cards, looking for aces. And I literally am at networking events. I already had one on Tuesday. I had one on Wednesday. I'm off today and tomorrow. I've got a couple next week. I've got a couple the week after. Like we are going to 4 to 6 networking events a month right now, and I am getting gangster relationships dialed in because of it. And so you guys were on my training, I think 2 weeks ago or the week before, I can't remember, where I talked about how I connect with them online, can take it offline, do the whole follow up, right? That whole flow. That's all I'm doing with this. This is how I'm getting conversations started. Everybody I network with, I'm not asking for business. I'm asking if they know anybody in these arenas they can connect me with. I'm looking to be connected to some connectors. That's it. Connection is currency. Write that down. The people that have the can connect the most will make the most. It's that simple. So, if you want, I could teach you guys some strategy to next week on LinkedIn on what I'm doing to reach out to nonprofits right now. Is my strategy in a big way. And I'm starting with Arizona, and we can show you guys how to find employee benefit companies. So, Tina, if you can write a note on just to remind me, because I always go off the cuff, topic for next week: lead gen on LinkedIn for specific industries and specific people in those industries to maximize your financial opportunity. How's that sound? You guys like that idea? So between now and then, my challenge to you or call to action is go professionalize, clean up your LinkedIn, act as if it's your resume. If you go to look at mine from the age of 18, which is 1996, back then, my resume is my career is all the way complete. My bio is complete. My experiences are complete. Like everything is like a perfect picture. I post a couple times, once a day. I'm posting in groups 2 times a week. I'm staying, congruent. I'm branding myself, all the things. Okay. So that is the only call to action I have for you today. Real quick, let me go look at my calendar for next week so I can tell you what day in advance we will do training next week. How's that sound? Oons, oons, oons. Why don't we do this to make it simple? Why don't we do it exactly on Thursday? We do it at same time, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, and we'll just do it at the exact same time. How's that sound to you guys? Same time, same channel. We'll do lead gen. So I will let me real quick before I hang up on you, tell you guys where I will be putting this in the community, just so you guys know. I will be putting this more than likely I'm going to create a tab. Let me share my screen here. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Sorry. Thank you for your patience. Let me just go create this now so you guys know where it'll be. Give me 1 second, please. 1 second, please. Almost done. I'm just moving it so you guys can see it. Oops. How do I reorganize? Give me 1 quick sec, guys. I appreciate your patience. All right, so I'll show you where it is, but I'm going to move it. Let me share my screen. So I will put all of this. Oh, real quick, Stana, do you have a question? Stana from
Yes.
Montana.
Not from Montana. I'm from Michigan.
I know it just rhymes better than
I
Michigan.
know. Yeah. So
Mhm.
DJ, in the very beginning you showed us like a letter or whatever with that oh my God, the scan code, whatever you call the QR code,
QR
okay?
code? Yep.
Yeah, all right. So is that the generic one that we can use that if I'm doing an
Everybody.
email campaign to like superintendents of school districts or whatever, because that's what I 15 years ago, I had a connection with a lot. I did that for many years, the superintendents of school districts working with them. So can I forward that's your QR code for them to get on your calendar or what?
No, the QR codes on all the documents are demo videos of the Passport Light booking engine talking about the specific group. So if it's the nonprofit, I'm talking to nonprofit conversation. If it's the employee benefit, it's me doing a presentation geared towards the employee benefit group. If it's for the other group, the third group, it's literally geared towards that. Does that make sense?
Okay, so if I forward that document to them, they're going to click on that QR code to see what I'm
They're
talking about,
they're gonna
right?
see me doing a demo. Yes.
Okay, fine. All right, I got it.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
All right, so let me show you this real quick so you know where it's at. So right now, so here, did you guys see where I created a B2B thing on the left here? You got steps to success, all the stuff, but at the very bottom, if you scroll down, do you see how it says B2B? I'm gonna move that up here, probably probably up here towards somewhere in this area. I just got to figure out how to do it. I can't remember. So I'm going to do it right after this call. I can reorganize that is all I'm saying, and I just got to remember how I did it. So but ultimately, does anybody have any questions? Does that give you some clarity, give you some understanding? I mean, I know some of you reached out going, hey, how do I approach this person? It's just you practicing your delivery, and your job is not to be the explanation. Your job is to give them the sizzle, and then we'll deliver the steak. That's very, very important. Even when you're doing any type of prospecting, you're the sizzle. You're going to send them the steak. Does that make sense? It's very, very, very important. Okay. So pique their interest, ask if they're open. You'll send them a video or you'll send them that specific document, and away we go. How soon can we get the script that we all picked? I'll give it to you right now. I'll just put it in the chat. Hold on. Stand by, stand by, stand by. And this isn't really a script. It's kind of like just a guide, I guess you could say. I mean, you could do this in an email campaign. You could kind of do anything you want. But I put in the chat, so why don't you guys grab that? And so what I would do, and if you're sitting down with somebody, you could watch the demo video and say, hey, you know, pricing is based upon the size of the audience. They're going to customize it. If you notice on the partnership program, I did not put a price. Because if Tina lands Aflac, or I should say when Tina, lands Aflac, they have 50 million users. Would you agree that price would be different if somebody had 10,000 users? So I don't put a price on there because that's going to make them get on a discovery call. Because if you go watch me doing those demos this weekend, the call to action is to schedule a discovery call with myself and the person that introduced you to this opportunity. So I can learn more about your organization, how many customers you have, how I can show you how I can increase your retention. Like I'm going to sell the steak. You guys understand that? You're going to sell the sizzle. I'm going to bring the steak home. And I'm not saying that arrogantly. I'm going to get this done for you. Okay. So you're going to be out there as a bird dogger, piquing their interest, getting them in the interest zone, in the funnel, get them on the calendar, and you can book it and put both your email addresses on. Then I'll add a Google Meets to it. So it'll be a Google meeting, and you'll just click on the Google meeting, and away we go. But booster clubs, we're landing a deal with John Rankin's bringing in the Junior Olympics, and we're starting in the Tennessee state of Tennessee, and then we're going to go state by state, then region by region. He's been demoing the account for about 3 weeks now, and he's ready to go. They just been waiting on us. All right, I'll send you a letter A also. You're so demanding. That's just how it works. I'm just joking. All right. So, again, just don't, again, keep the main thing, right? But the one on, when you're reaching out to people one on one, just start, hey, who do you know that runs big organizations, has huge customer bases, who's an influencer, who's a C-level exec, people that run nonprofits? Do you know anybody in these arenas? That's basically, if you go look at my elevator pitch in the chat, that's ultimately what I'm doing versus reading it, right? Like, do you know, hey, I work with a lot of different organizations and nonprofits to help them boost their revenue using an innovative travel solution. We have a technology that helps people save up to 70% on their vacations. Do you know anybody in those arenas or people that are in the employee benefit space, like C-level execs or HR directors? And then lastly, if you do know big companies that have big, customer bases, I'd love to chat with them. But if you know anybody that's looking to make some extra money right now, we're expanding aggressively. So if you know people that are fun, likable, coachable, reachable, we're looking to expand right now, right? So that's under 30 seconds. I know it's a lot, but you don't even have to use it all. It's based upon, just going into that conversation. You could pick one of those angles and cut it down by a third. You know what I'm saying? You could just say, hey, I'm looking to, do you know anybody that's looking to make some extra money if we teach them how to do it? We're growing our business aggressively right now because we're expanding our entire B2B market. Well, what's that about? Let's schedule time to chat more. That's literally what then you get them on the phone, and now you're like, hey, I'm looking to connect with organizations and nonprofits. We have a technology that saves you up to 70% on your travels. We have an incredible innovative travel solution. We're also looking to partner up with HR directors and people that are in the employee benefit space, right? And then also any company that has a big database of customers that they would like to increase their retention by 43%. So, any last minute questions on that? I don't want to keep rambling, but I'm just trying to give you guys all these different angles and ideas, and repetition, is the way you hear it over and over again, right? So, I'll keep it short and sweet. I will download this right now. I will upload it to the pop-up trainings in the community. I would encourage you guys to reach out to your teams. Everything we do, we give you a reason to update, inform, educate, and make up people, update people in as far as members of Lavardi, as affiliates of Lavardi, following up with people that haven't made a decision yet, getting people back on the phone. Hey, I just got off this great training. You can take the next 30 minutes and call 3 people that are on your follow-up list. Say, hey, do you got a minute? I just got off this great training. I got to run something by you. Do you know anybody in this arena? Like there's 20 of us on here right now. If we all made 3 calls, that's 60 calls in the next 30 minutes that we could do collectively together to grow this opportunity. So, this is going to grow or slow down as fast as we grow or slow down as a team, right? That's just how this whole thing works. And it's a great opportunity, but don't stop. If you're a travel advisor, keep booking travel. If you're recruiting and building your travel, team of affiliates and travel members, keep doing that. But just add this in your tool belt while you're building your house. Make sense? Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Anything you need, reach out to me. And for those of you in the accountability group, keep rocking. I'm proud of you. I go in there all day watching you guys. So have a great day, guys. Take care. We'll see you next Thursday, same time.